Hare Krishna. Jai Namaruchi Prabhu Ki Jai. Hare Krishna. Jai Hare Krishna Prabhu. Namarita Prabhu. Namarita Prabhu. He has Namaricha, so please forgive me, I'm a little bit nervous. I haven't been around all the devotees for a while. I've been just going on book distribution, so just seeing all their faces is very purifying. So I'll share some nectar from the street. So as I actually touched on a few points and it reminded me of a few occasions. It reminded me of some of my encounters. On the second day of the marathon, we were getting the bus. And I don't know if I told this one, but there's two parts to the story. There was one man, he looked either from Philippines or something. I later found out he was from Indonesia. And he was waiting for us. We were getting these big boxes, two big boxes, trying to get them on the bus. And he's like, come on. So I'm like, okay. But I had Gitas in my hand because we were distributing books on the way to the bus stop. So in the bus driver's hatch, there's a little slot. So I put the bag of Gitas there. He said, did you have a look at that while we're getting them? So he's like, what is this? So I brought my box onto the bus, put it into the place where they keep the boxes and wheelchairs and stuff. And then I came back and said, this book, it's about yoga, meditation, how to get rid of stuff. It's about this warrior, this warrior who's really stressed out and he's getting advice from his friend. He's like, oh. And then he said, yeah, we just hand these out today and we're asking people to give a donation. So he took a book, took a bag of Gita and gave a donation. And that was really ecstatic and got off the bus and was like, yeah, there you go. And then we were distributing books to people on the bus. And then we got off the bus and then like about 5 days ago, we got on the bus and there was the same bus driver. And so I'm doing the same thing, except I have Srimad Bhagavatam in my hand this day, because all the Veda books are gone, right? So we put the Bhagavatam in the same place. Hey, look, this is a new one. Said, oh, my wife is reading the other one, she likes it so much. So I said, take this one for this is part 2. He said, okay, and he took the money. Someone had paid a ticket for it, on the bus sometimes they haven't got their Oyster card. So he had a couple of quid in his pocket. So he takes out the change that someone gave for a ticket and he gives it to me. That's all I have. And he said, my name is Reggie. Reggie, back to Reggie Key. That was really exciting. And Krishna really wanted me to tell another one, which I haven't really. A lot of this book distribution, a lot of them don't register. It's just like from one person to another, where it's just the interactions that you have with different jivas give you so much fuel and enthusiasm because it's so quick and there's so many books going on. Well, yesterday, just as we went outside the door in the temple, I brought my box downstairs. I was waiting for Alexei to hobble down the street. So I was distributing books, and there was this middle-aged couple, walking down the street, and the husband was like, no, I don't want anything. I'm sorry, I've got it, I'm in a hurry. And his wife was like, she was like, and then he was walking ahead, and she was in the middle, and then she turned around and stopped. And then she took a book in her hand, and she had a look at the book. It was Srimad Bhagavatam. And she was like, oh, and they're saying it's like, I'll show me. I have to learn new things. With the Veda book you just say it's about yoga, meditation, Veda. But this book I'm saying is it's about consciousness, and there's different levels of consciousness which are represented by different planets. And he says that there's material consciousness, which means like eating, and the pleasures on that platform, like eating and sleeping, mating and defending. And then there's the mental platform, which is one of these planets here, and that means like thinking, feeling and willing. But then there's the soul platform, where it's like, and it says like the consciousness is like a flower, and when the flower is fully blossomed, then you can have loving exchange, and there's loving and exchange on that platform. And she's like, oh. And she said, Gary, come here. And he was like about 20 meters up the road. He was in his Soho Square, and he walked back, and he's like, and then he gave £10. He gave £10, yeah, he gave £10 and took a book. And they said, oh, you get a present, you get a present. So I ran up to the box and got Gita, and I gave them Gita. And then he took £5 out of the purse, so he gave me £15. And I said, you get another present. So he asked me for a bag. And I've been keeping these Hare Krishna 40th anniversary bags. Don't ask me where I got them from. But there's a few of them lying around in the office. So we went away with Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, £15 less in their pocket, and a Hare Krishna 40th anniversary bag. And they were like ecstatic, and she was like, oh, this is really good. And one more really quick one. There was one Dutch couple out in Oxford Circus, a Dutch couple, and they were like really fired up couple. They were really really happy and live and in London for the weekend, ready to party. And she was very beautiful and he was very handsome, and they were like, oh yeah. And then I was like, oh yeah. And they were like, we were like vibing, we were dancing, and then I did my Dutch piece. I have this thing where I do for I have this dance that, you know, this head, shoulders, knees and toes? You know this? Well, I know it in Dutch. So it's very funny. It's really, so I said, I will do my Dutch dance for you. So I have like two, the Veda book and Srimad Bhagavatam. I had four of them in my hand, so I gave them to the